Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite para você que está aqui no Entre Fórmulas. Estou aqui no Sambódromo do Anhembi, onde o E-Prix de São Paulo está acontecendo hoje, é sexta-feira. Não é só fechado para a imprensa e convidados, mas amanhã, dia 16, sábado, é para o público. As equipes aqui já estão se movimentando, aqui montando as coisas dos carros. E nesse vídeo do Entre Fórmulas, eu vou trazer um pouco de diversos conteúdos. Então continua acompanhando o Entre Fórmulas para ficar por dentro de tudo. Antes de toda a ação no Sambódromo, o Entre Fórmulas compareceu à coletiva de imprensa da McLaren, que aconteceu na sede da McLaren em São Paulo e contou com a presença de Anhembi, Sunbird e Jake Hughes. Todos os detalhes dessa coletiva você encontra no site do Entre Fórmulas, mas agora fique com a entrevista exclusiva que o Entre Fórmulas fez com o piloto Jake Hughes.
Jake, now is your second year in McLaren, and last year you told me a little bit about your story, how you ended up being in McLaren. So how do you feeling right now that you're more mature and now you have the second year? Do you feel more prepared for this year?
Yeah, I mean, second year in McLaren, as you say, my first year was quite a whirlwind. Let's say, my first year racing for a team like McLaren, a team and racing brand that I grew up watching and dreaming of racing for. So for that to finally happen last year, it was a lot to take on board. But obviously, I enjoyed every single minute of it. Fast forward a year now, we're in my second season in Fórmula E with McLaren, and yeah, there's a lot more of a sensation of or feeling of, I guess, belonging in some way. Like, I've been fighting to get to this level for so long, and I think I did a very good first year in my rookie year last year, and now it's about, kicking on. I feel like I belong in Fórmula E now. I feel like this is where I'm meant to be. I want to win races and championships for McLaren moving forward, so that is pretty much my motivation in my life at the moment, is to try to achieve that.
And one more question about, because McLaren has Nissan powertrain, and last year you finished the championship in front of Nissan. So I want to know your personal goals, because last year was your first year and Sasha Finestra's first year also. So I don't know, how is the goals? Like, you think you need to finish the championship in front of him, maybe have better points this year from McLaren, and maybe, I don't know if you guys can win the championship with Nissan powertrain, I'm not sure yet, but do you feel that maybe top 3, top 4 this year?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it was very close last year between us and Nissan. Obviously, I think it's a dangerous thing to start focusing on, just trying to be one team. Obviously we have a really good relationship with Nissan, and that relationship allows us to hopefully make the car faster, and it seems like we've been able to do that between season 9 and season 10. A lot of that is down to the credit to the relationship we have with them. I think our focus is bigger than just beating one team. Obviously, we don't just want to beat one, we want to beat everyone. Whether we can actually achieve that this season remains to be seen. I think we have took a big step forward, especially in our race pace between season 9 and season 10. So I think we should be in the mix for podiums a lot more often than we were last year. At least that's my feeling so far. I think it's fair to say, when you look at Mexico and Saudi, that we're fighting for those positions. Both me and Sam have had a P4 already in the first 3 races, so now it's about trying to, I guess, make that our minimum, make that our baseline, and then try to kick on to get more podiums, to get more wins, and then obviously in the future, whether it's however long it is, we want to fight for the World Championship, but we need to do those steps first to be able to get there. We need to earn it, basically.
Pessoal, aqui é o paddock da Fórmula E, na parte de trás lá do pit lane. Então aqui as equipes passam, tem os equipamentos, também aqui tem umas mesinhas e umas plantinhas, aqui uma área de convivência, onde o pessoal conversa, troca uma ideia, dá uma descansada. Às vezes eles ficam jogando aqui, no ano passado eles estavam jogando, não sei se era baralho, o que era, que eles estavam aqui gritando ano passado. E é muito legal de ver a interação das equipes por aqui, tem vários idiomas, o pessoal fala em francês, português, inglês, chinês, então é bem dinâmico. Agora tá bem tranquilo, porque eu tô cedo aqui, Então o pessoal tá chegando, já tem alguns pilotos por aqui, a gente passou pelo Jake Dennis, já passou aqui por um pessoal das equipes. Então aos pouquinhos vai todo mundo se ajeitando e depois eu vou tentar trazer mais algumas imagens aqui do paddock, mas aqui é onde o pessoal circula.
O qualify é a hora que a gente tem a oportunidade de demonstrar se o nosso carro é rápido ou não. E logicamente eu quero dar o meu melhor e conseguir o melhor resultado no quali também. Eu estou mais confortável com o carro, eu estou feliz de estar aqui no Brasil, espero conseguir um bom resultado.
I feel great being back to Formula E. It felt like coming home. Mahindra is a great team and a great environment. I'm really much enjoying the work we do together. Obviously, we're not where we want to be, but I definitely believe in our team and the people we have and the plans we have to become better as a team. So yeah, hopefully that will happen and we can see the kind of momentum rather soon than later. Yeah, that's it. Brazil is a cool place to come, and it's my first time I'm racing in Brazil.
Very hot right now.
It's summer.
It wasn't like this. Last week was very cool. The sun was great, but now it's
we brought the heat.
Yeah,
I mean, it feels great to be in my second year with the team. You know, it's always like that you need to build up something in order to then earn the success. And yeah, I feel already last year we've been doing very well. Second half of the year has been very strong, and we really took this momentum now into the new season. Spirit in the team is great. Obviously there are some changes going on at the moment, but our performance is good, and yeah, I really look forward to the upcoming races and this season. Yeah.
Okay, so this track here in São Paulo is very fast and normally has a lot of overtakes. So do you think that maybe the qualifying is important for this race, like in the previous races, or no? Do you think that it's not so important?
So I think qualifying for sure is always important. Personally, I think on this track, and especially with the energy that we have available, the qualifying is not the most important. So I think, yeah, even from, let's say, not a top 5 starting position, I think you can still achieve great things on Saturday.
You know, unlike the first couple of races we had, qualifying will not be the most important thing here. It will be, you know, a very hard race with the energy management, so a lot of slipstreaming like we saw last year. So, you know, I think it's still good to be in the front, but you don't necessarily have to be leading the race like I did last year. So, yeah, I think we're all a little bit better prepared for that. So, let's see how it pans out this year.
So can you talk about a little bit what you do in Nissan right now that you are in a new position right now?
Yeah.
Because in Jaguar you work with Mitch, Mitch Performance.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about your performance? How you
Yeah.
do it here in Nissan?
So how it is different at the moment is that, as you said, so in my previous experience in Formula E was working on the performance side, focused on one car, and here I'm more overviewing the 2 cars as the responsible for the performance group. So the job fundamentally is kind of similar in the sense that as a performance engineers we always look at how we can maximize the performance envelope of the car, working off the data that we've got every time the car goes out on track and comes back in. And so now I'm more kind of reviewing the 2 cars and helping the performance engineer guide the analysis that we do. It was almost 2 years over there, and now it's almost been 6 months, so it's only been a few months since I've joined the team, so I'm still discovering the team, the new culture, and the new way of doing things. But the job is different in that I'm less focused on sending mappings to the car, let's say, because that's typically the job of the performance engineer. So we're going to have our performance engineers, one of each dedicated to each car, that are going to do that. And so unlike them, I'm going to be more looking at the high picture, let's say.
We now have a little bit more of women in this field, but it's also very hard. I think communication is easy, but in engineering it's not so common to see a lot of women. But here in Formula E, actually I see a lot of women working.
Yeah.
So how is it to work in an environment that is predominantly men?
Yeah, I think I have to say that to be fair, I've never had an issue with that. As you said, I think when you go into the technical side of things and like following an engineering path as I did, I think from early on you are quite faced to just an environment where it's kind of like more male dominated, which is I think I guess something that we've got to work on from the very beginning. It not just at the professional level, but actually early on from school stage, coming on to the professional environment and specifically motorsport and Formula E. So I have to say that in that respect, neither at my previous experience or here at Nissan, I've not got any issue. I think you just treat it as anyone else, and we all do the same schedules, the same timings, the same kind of engineering work. There is no difference whether it's coming from a female or a male.
What made you decide to leave Jaguar and came to Nissan? Is it a new challenge?
Yeah, I think that was mostly it. I think it had been a few years now since I was at Jaguar, and so for me it was a bit of a change of the atmosphere and change the role as well, the new opportunity that came by. That was a new challenge and it was attractive to me. So then I thought it was worth going into the new adventure.
I went to Abt. It was a new generation of cars, and you didn't really know what we were all getting. And I have a good history with Abt. A few years ago, I shared a team with them for 3 years long, and it was still a very good period of my life spending time with them. So they came back, and I was like, yeah, it would be very nice to be with them again, which I did last year. But unfortunately, the guys are amazing, but the car is not. So eventually we are here to be competitive, to win, and envision were very competitive last year. They won races, they won a team championship. So I saw a space as Cassidy was moving to Jag, and basically got.
Do you feel that this year, being in a better team, having a better car team, do you feel like you can be in this fight? Because everybody always talked about Mitch and always talked about Nick being fighting for the championship, but I think everybody forget that in season 7 you almost won the championship.
Season 5 as well, yeah.
Yes, you're a very pretty fast driver. I follow your career for many years now. So what do you think? Do you think that, of course, I think you can be in this fight for the title, but what do you think is the key for maybe fight in front?
It's just being consistent, really, and having a good car all around, which we have now. But it's also a matter of luck, and I was definitely not lucky in season 5 and season 7, having a few DNFs when I was leading the championship, and that hurts me. So stay out of trouble is key one, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Fortunately, race 1 in Mexico didn't really win as planned, but the other races I was quite happy with. So again, in São Paulo here, I think we will be competitive. I'm not saying we will be the quickest, but we will be competitive, and if we keep on finishing the top 5 every race, then we will be up there.
Well, first of all, it's back to be racing in Formula E. We had like a month where we didn't drive and didn't race, so it's good to be back. Yeah, new environment for me, new team, new teammates. So still plenty of things to learn from the team, but it's going well. Like we are getting closer and closer to maximize everything and to do a good result.
I'm very happy to be back here. Of course, Sao Paulo, as you say, is the closest race to Argentina for me. So for me, it's kind of my home race. So let's see. Very excited. Looking forward to it. Of course, last year was the worst race for the team. You know, with both of the cars not finishing the race. So definitely, you know, we're expecting a better result this weekend.
Okay, so right now Nissan have a pretty good start. You got a podium, and I feel that the team is improving from last season. I know that there's not much you can do because of the powertrain right now, but what do you think you can do for improvement?
Well, we can always improve. You know, there is always room for improvement, but of course, we're in a better position than last year, definitely. You know, as you say, with Oliver doing a podium, pole position, me finishing 6th in the last race. So, you know, we're managing to improve a lot compared to last year. Now we need to focus on the next races to not do any mistakes and try to score points every race. That's the target.
You saved Saudi Arabia on the video.
So yeah, that was yesterday. Today I understand the difference in Sao Paulo and Saudi Arabia.
Now it's 10 years of Formula E, and of course you are in the Formula E since the beginning.
Yeah.
So how is it for you to see the evolution of the championship?
Yeah, amazing. Watched teams grow, watched the technology get better, watched the driver lineups get stronger, watched it go from just a normal championship to a world championship. I've been involved in some great races personally. So I'm very humble, very happy with the fact that I've been able to be in it so long, and hopefully that'll continue for many years to come.
Sabe que o piloto adora dar entrevista?
Eu adoro.
Então, Antônio, primeiro, bem-vindo ao Brasil, sua segunda casa, a gente adora ter você aqui. Ano passado teve aquele que a gente na sala de imprensa fez, quando você perdeu aquela curva. Como é que você está se sentindo agora com essa corrida em São Paulo?
Então, a minha ideia é fazer tudo igual ao ano passado, menos essa errada que eu dei lá. E aí está tudo bom. Não, um circuito que eu adorei correr aqui o ano passado, como você falou, para mim é a corrida de casa. Sei que temos o Sérgio e o Lucas, mas eu sou o terceiro piloto da casa aqui e sinto-me de tal forma.
A gente sabe a Porsche é um dos times mais fortes assim, do grid, e você não teve um começo muito bom, mas eu acredito que agora as coisas vão andar pra frente.
Se Deus quiser, vai ser aqui no Brasil onde vamos realmente arrancar com a temporada, marcar bons pontos, porque realmente o início da temporada foi muito complicado. Mas pronto, tivemos um intervalo agora para trabalhar, mudar umas coisas no carro e agora vamos ter um bom final de semana.
Nesse período que vocês ficaram parados, o que vocês costumam fazer quando tem um longo período? É mais simulador?
Fizemos simulador, fomos testar também com o carro para continuar aprendendo e tudo mais. E foi bom também estar uma semana em casa parado, só treinando fisicamente, recuperar. É sempre bom para a nossa maneira de estar em casa. Nós temos muito pouco isso, então conseguir estar uma semana em casa é bom demais.
Aqui estamos no sábado, dia de corrida da Fórmula E. Já aconteceu nesse momento o treino livre 2. Aqui dá para vocês verem os boxes das equipes, todo mundo se preparando, porque daqui a pouco tem classificação. Aí é o box da McLaren, Jake Hughes, o Sam Bird, que foi quem liderou o treino livre 2. Mas para cá tem o box aqui da Maserati. E é o seguinte, né? Vamos falar um pouquinho das expectativas. O Ginter teve problema no carro, perdeu 20 posições. O Evans, né, no ano passado que ganhou a prova, também teve problema agora no treino livre 2. Então dá aquele mistério de saber como é que vai ser. Tem uma galera aqui agora há pouco gritando Lucas, a Fórmula E fez filmagem. O Sérgio também passou aqui de manhã pela gente. O Sambódromo agora passou agora há pouco, super feliz. Então o clima aqui no paddock da Fórmula E é incrível, as equipes são super acolhedoras. E agora torcer para ser um grande evento para todos nós.
I said on the radio, I think he's struggling more than me with the car kind of, with the temperatures. And I said, I think he's struggling. And I was told to call the car. And then I saw the lip points and I thought, well, look, it's now or never. Struggling suggests that I've grossly underperformed in the last couple of years. I underperformed to my own achievements, definitely. But I did still have like 4 or 5 podiums last year. It wasn't the end of the world. A lot of my issues were related to stuff off track. When you're not, imagine going to work and something in your life is not where it should be. Look, I'm in a much better place now, mainly due to, again, all the people here that have welcomed me with open arms at Neon McLaren. They've put a smile back on my face. I really enjoy going to work. Like I got here early today. Who does that? who goes to work early?
I was rewatching the end of the race, and the crowd went crazy with your victory and McLaren having the first win in Formula E here in Brazil, especially this year. It's amazing. So can you tell me about this moment when you won and you heard the crowd? What's going on in your mind and what it means to be back at the top of the podium again and win this with McLaren, especially here in Brazil?
Yeah. Firstly, location-wise, Brazil, McLaren, they're kind of like that due to Ayrton Senna. I went to the McLaren dealership, downtown Sao Paulo, on the Thursday morning to do some media work. And above the car, if you looked at the car from the front, you had this enormous, wonderful painting of the great man Ayrton Senna behind. I thought that's a cool picture. That symbolizes McLaren, that symbolizes Ayrton Senna. And then there's so many memories of what he was able to do, especially in Interlagos. So to be able to do that was very special. It was even more special because we had Emerson Fittipaldi as a guest at this race. It's the 50th year anniversary of him bringing home McLaren's first ever Formula One World Championship. And he waved me across the line and gave me the checkered flag. So I don't know how it can be more iconic for us at Neil McLaren and for myself. It was a very special moment, one that I will treasure for a long time. And to have him on the podium with us afterwards, celebrating, he was holding my trophy, and we've got that picture. And I'm sure at some point, this place will have a couple of pictures from that weekend as a great memory and great memento to everybody to say, look, we've tasted success in the past. Let's go and capture some more.
E aí, gostaram? Não esqueça de deixar aquela curtida, aquele comentário, compartilhe nosso conteúdo e, claro, segue o Entre Fórmulas nas redes sociais e acesse o nosso site entreformulas.com.br para ficar por dentro de tudo. Até a próxima!